Coming to get you, Bobber.
Hi guys, today I'm going to do a review for a little short fan film called Rage of Michael Myers. This is a Patreon request of my latest Patreon subscriber, OG Myers, has made a fan film with a couple of his friends and he wanted me to do a quick movie review for it. These guys do seem to be from a different country, they have an accent, they seem European. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, they don't mention that in their video or their description of where they're from. I can't even pronounce your name, OG Myers, so I'm going to call you OG Myers, but it's Shaba Lazatsko. I think he might be Lithuanian, that sounds very Lithuanian to me. But anyway, these guys are from a different country, but they do speak English in it. And it's one of those fan films, but it doesn't have a major storyline. It's got Michael Myers, it's got a couple of people in a house, and Michael Myers goes on a killing spree. And that's it, and that's all you need for a fan film. So I'm going to go through, as normal, some negatives for the fan film and some positives, and I'll let you know my overall thoughts of the little fan film at the end. I'll start with the negatives. Now, this is a fan film, and the acting in this fan film is poor. And that doesn't mean that these people are bad people, it just means that it's hard to act. You look at actors in Hollywood and you think, I could do that. No, you can't really. Probably 95% of us can't do what they do. That's why they're actors and that's why they're highly paid. So when you watch a fan film by people like us, the acting is not going to be great. And it's the same with this fan film, the acting is not great at all. I found the font at the beginning of this fan film to be very strange because it's all Halloween themed, and then the font that was used wasn't a Halloween font. I don't know if that's because they couldn't get access to it for the software that they use, but I think it would have served better if we had the Halloween font. There wasn't a lot of dialogue. I know it's only a 7-minute short film, but there wasn't a lot of dialogue at all. I don't know if that's because they didn't want to talk much in it, I've no idea, but the dialogue was very minimal. Sometimes that's good, sometimes it's not, but for this one I would have liked to have heard a little bit more dialogue. This one's a bit of a pro and a con. They had maybe too much score throughout. I think most of the short film that they had, there was score in it. I always like to hear the score. They did use the 1978 score and the 2018 score, so a little bit of both, which you could probably see as a pro. But the con of it is there might have been a little bit too much. But one thing I did like about the score when it was on is they had the right level of noise and score. So when they did speak and when the score was on, we had that good balance, because time and time again I've seen in a lot of fan films where they put the score in and you can't hear what the people are saying because they don't know how to balance that right. But in this one, they got it spot on. One last little thing before I get on to the positives was the choice of kill for one of the kills. There was a scene where Michael Myers killed someone and put his hand into their body, and I'm assuming it's a heart that he pulled out. He's pulled out a heart and squeezed it. I don't think that's something that Michael Myers would do. Maybe their version of Michael Myers possibly, but it was a little out there. I wouldn't have seen Michael Myers doing something like that before. You could probably look at it being maybe the Halloween Michael Myers from Halloween 4 to Halloween 6. He's a little bit more brutal, but the more grounded version of Michael Myers I wouldn't see doing something like that. So let's get on to the positives. I firstly did say that it was a very simple plot. I do like that. I don't like the overcomplicated plots, especially for 7-minute fan films. They're not masterpieces. We just want to get them straight to the point, and they've done that. Simple plot, that's all you could ask for. One of my major positives was the camera angles. I don't know if one of these guys is a professional cameraman or they know something about camera angles, but the camera angles in this were really good, to the point where they did have a camera angle that had a zoom out and then a 360, sort of like your James Wan camera angles that he done in Fast and Furious 7, I think it was, and a couple of his other movies. That is hard to do, so props to the guys that done that. They also had the benefit of a GoPro. They didn't use the GoPro all the time, but they used it sparingly, and you don't want to use the GoPro too much, especially in a fan film, but they had access to a GoPro as well, so they've got some good equipment. On to Michael Myers now. He did use the Halloween 40 mask, the 40 years mask, and anytime Michael Myers was on screen, I really liked it. I liked the lighting. They didn't use any blue hue or any orange hue or anything like that. They relied mostly on the darkness and the shadow. There was a shot at the very beginning where you've seen a point of view with the camera going past Michael and straight onto the victims, and that set us up for knowing that Michael Myers was already there. So I quite like that intro with Michael Myers. and anytime he was around, he was lurking in the background, which was great because we didn't see a lot of that in the actual movie from 2018. And the camera angles with Michael before he kills his victims in this little short film was great as well. There was one scene where one of the victims opened up a fridge and Michael Myers was there. I didn't get a fright, but I was quite shocked that he was actually there. So again, I think that the positioning of Michael, the camera angles with him pulling the knife out in the kitchen and stuff, again, that was great. There was a great idea they used in this film. It wasn't unique, but it was probably unique for a fan film. You've got one of the victims, he's a stoner, he's smoking a cigarette, and he sees Michael Myers coming towards him. And you know that trick that they used in the 2018 movie with the lights going on and off in the backyard? Similar trick in this one. However, what they done was they done the camera as if we've seen it from the victim's eyes. So when he was blinking, Michael was getting closer, he'd close his eyes and open them as if he was seeing things. It's as if he was thinking, oh, I'm seeing things. So anytime he closed his eyes and opened them, Michael was there, closer and closer. Really great idea. And then when he got too close, Michael slashed his throat. You didn't see him slashing his throat itself, which I don't mind, but you did see a nice close-up of the guy's eye, like here, and him screaming. So I really did think that was an effective kill. You did see a bit of blood as well, but you didn't see the actual slash. It left a bit of the a bit to the imagination, basically. I know they were on a budget as well, so I think that was probably the best idea they could do with the stuff that they had. The end kill, I think, was probably the most effective, even though that kill happened off screen. We had this image of Michael Myers coming up the stairs and the girl's looking at him, and then it cuts and she screams, and you're probably thinking, well, that doesn't sound great. But what was great about it is you see a shot of the house, and again, the camera angles, the camera just angled out into the street, and that was it. So very effective for a last kill, an off-screen kill, zooming out into the street. Perfect. I always seem to praise fan films more than I do movies. It is because fan films are made with no budget, no time to do it, and they just do it for the love of making fan films. This fan film, I think it's one of the better ones that I've seen. The acting, like I said, with the negatives, that's the same with every fan film, or almost every fan film that has this type of zero budget. What I love about this one was the camera angles and the way Michael Myers went about doing his killing. I didn't see that in a lot of fan films, so it did have its negatives that most fan films do have, but the positives that this fan film has are a lot better than almost all of the fan films I've seen in the past. It's not the best Michael Myers fan film or Halloween fan film that I've seen, but it is one of the best, so I do recommend that you check it out, guys. There is a link down below to the trailer if you want to watch the trailer first of all, and there's also a link to the actual fan film itself. So thanks very much to OG Myers. I'm glad you're calling yourself OG Myers because I cannot pronounce your actual name, but thanks very much OG Myers for becoming a Patreon first of all and recommending me to watch this fan film. I actually really did enjoy this fan film, I'm being honest. I really enjoyed this and it got me in the Halloween spirit as well. Anyway guys, thanks all for watching again, thanks for subscribing, I'll see you soon, bye bye.